Not every college will have you go through an interview. However, most selective schools, including but not limited to all Ivy Leagues, MIT, Hamilton College, and Georgetown, will recommend you go through an interview to evaluate your personality, strengths, weaknesses, and goals. So what are college interviews for? These interviews are used to help college admissions staff get to know you beyond the written and standardized test components of your application. In most cases, the interviewer uses these interviews to get information from you and reports back to the school with his or her opinion on whether or not you'd be a good fit for the college. A positive interviews response will help improve your odds of acceptance. There are two main types of college interviews. First, let's talk about evaluative interviews. Most interviews are evaluative, which means that the interviewer will want to learn more about your ambitions and help you determine if you can achieve those ambitions at the respective college. The important thing to remember is that evaluative interviews will have an impact on your admissions decision. If you want to check out a list of 30 evaluative questions you might encounter in a college interview, make sure you check out the document in the next segment. The second type of college interview is an informational interview. This type of interview is offered by institutions to help you learn more about the university. These interviews are usually conducted by an alumni from the college or university and are intended to help you get all the answers you need regarding that school. As opposed to evaluative interviews, these interviews will not issue a report to the admissions committee. Now that you know the difference between the two types of interviews, let's go over how to prepare for a college interview. We highly recommend you prepare for both of these interviews, as they can not only help you improve your odds of acceptance, but also teach you more about the college. There are 4 strategies we recommend. Number 1, be ready to ask questions about the school. Number 2, if possible, research the person who is going to interview you. A good trick here is to go on LinkedIn or Google to get some information from your interviewer. Doing this will help you know who you will be speaking with, show the interviewer you've done your homework, and bring some interesting talking points to the table. Number 3, keep an eye on the different interview deadlines and research the interview policies on the colleges you've applied to. And number 4, make sure you study the 30 evaluative questions we provide in the next segment. Some interviews can be over the phone or via webcam. However, some schools will offer in-person interviews if the interviewer lives close to you. The most selective schools will typically want you to request an interview a couple of weeks before your application deadline. Like I said, research the interview policies of the schools you've applied to and keep track of the interview deadlines. Remember, this deadline will typically be different from the college application deadline. After you've made your request, the college will usually pair you up with a local alum via email. Here, you will set up a time and place that works best for both of you. Now remember, evaluative interviews can also be informational, so do not be afraid of asking questions about the college to your interviewer. Look at the next segment to learn more about the questions you might be asked, the different policies of some selective colleges, and the types of interviews they conduct. So there you have it. Although they are mostly recommended, completing a college interview can help maximize your odds of admissions. If you have any questions, please do not forget to ask.